Ooh. Well, hello folks, welcome back to the channel. This is the new Gixxer SF250. Quite impressive from what I can tell. It's got a brand new engine. Chassis is also new. It's got the beefed up suspension front and back. It's got new design wheels. It's got MRF Rev C at the back and Rev FC at the front. Not quite sure what the difference between Rev C1 and Rev C. I think Rev C might be slightly stiffer. I don't know. It's little less expensive. So this guy is making around 26.5 PS at 9,000 RPM. That's exactly like what this CBR is making, and but this is making the power at 1000 RPM more. It's a sports bike. The way we sit on the bike, actually we are sitting on the bike, not sitting in the bike on this one, so it's quite sporty. But the good thing is the foot peg and the handlebar relation is not at all extreme. Foot peg is not too raised, it's really relaxed. Actually it's too relaxed for my taste, and the foot peg filler is scraping a lot on the corners. The sound you're hearing is not the exhaust, thankfully. In the old Gixxer 150 we were scraping a lot the exhaust, and it's lifting the back on the corner. It's pretty hairy, you know. And but on this nothing else is touching except the foot peg filler. If you don't want those sounds, you can always remove the foot peg filler. You can just take a wrench and remove it. But what's good about the sound is it's warning you that you've almost reached the limit of the cornering clearance, so that's good for me. You can see the digital console is slightly different from the old Gixxer 150. This has got the reverse backlit now. It's okay, but I don't know if you can see it properly on the GoPro, most probably. So what's it like riding this bike? It's the suspension has been stiffened by Suzuki, so it's become very sporty. I really like this a lot because it handles it might be the best handling 250 in the market right now, that I can say. And the brakes, well, brakes has got dual channel ABS. At the front they've fit a bigger brakes, and now it's 300 mm. So the initial brake feel of the brake, like when you're like using this much brake, like especially in the city, it the initial brake, the initial bite is not so much, but when you're really pulling it on the corners, like around when you're going down from 130 to 60 like that on the corners, it really bites well, and it's quite powerful. So no complaints on the brakes. Suspensions, I really love this suspension. The handling, yeah, it handles really well. Let's go to the engine now. Now this is a brand new engine from Suzuki. It's using it's using oil cooled cooling system instead of going for a full liquid cooling system. So many of the guys are like asking why they're not going for a full liquid cooled system. You know, oil cooling is not efficient enough, this and that. But Suzuki is the one who pioneered the oil cooling system way back in the 80s, so they really know how to use their oil cooling system. If you look at the engine carefully, you won't see any external fins on the cylinder block and the head. So we were really skeptical about this because we don't know whether it will cool properly or not. But we've been riding this bike like flat out whole day, and so many other guys are also testing it for like 3 full days. So we have no issues with we have no heating issues, no power loss that we can tell. No extra sounds coming from the engine when it really heats up. So I guess it works, because what Suzuki have done with the oil cooling is it does not share. It has a separate oil cooling line, and the oil that supplies engine oil to the engine, it's got a separate line. So it's got a dedicated cooling line, and most of the cooling oil have been concentrated somewhere around near the combustion chamber. That is actually where all the heat is building up. So and apart from that, oil jacket that goes around the piston has got an internal they call it got some breaker, some line breaker or something. Okay, it's got something like a fins inside, so that really helps in cooling. And if it cools really well, then obviously it will develop more power, and that will result into most probably more reliability. And they made this engine as light as possible, so they didn't go for double overhead camshaft. It's using single overhead camshaft. And there's also so many guys are blasting Suzuki why they're not coming out with DOHC, this and that. But with a single overhead camshaft, if the design is good, it's making proper 26.5 PS. So basically it's much lighter than the double overhead camshaft, less moving parts. So that will translate more to like an engine that is happier to rev high, and that is more lively. This bike is actually really lively beyond 6,000 rpm. It really pulls nicely. It's not that fast, it's only 250, and it's making 26.5 bhp. But compared to other 250s, let's say like CBR 250 is making exactly the same amount of power, but at 1000 rpm less. But compared to CBR, I feel it's almost on par with CBR. This is we've done around 1000 kilometers on this. If we had done 2000 3000 kilometers, the engine might loosen up again a little bit, so it might gain a little bit, I don't know. But and the fuel we put today was not great. I'd like to add that, because the last time we rode this bike, where we clocked 131 like that, we're clocking only 126 127. It's not pulling beyond that, and the rev limiter is cutting really early because of the bad fuel, I think. When the first time we rode this bike, we didn't really notice the rev limiter, but today I really felt it, because it was cutting. I have to really rev it hard to gain some speed because of the bad fuel, I think, because it must be because it's the same bike. Okay. And the good thing about it is the way that it's developing that power. The fueling is just right. Suzuki had got the fueling right. They got it right in the SF150 Fi, and exactly the same here, the same case. It's really nice. It's really smooth, no snatching, nothing. On high speed corners, you can really pull on the throttle early, and the power that surges it does not like just come out with a full-blown thing. Like it comes on linear and really controllable. Added with the great suspension, it's a really nice sports bike, and the riding position is really cool. You're not stressed out riding 100 200 kilometers per day. It will not stress you up. You'll not have backache or arm pump or nothing like that. This is really comfortable bike. But I hope, it's an easy fix. That foot peg thing, you can just adjust it with a small modification, so it'll raise up the foot peg a little bit, then it's done handling wise. Tires, this is great tire. You don't need to change it. 99% of the guys who will be riding this bike will not need to change the tire, I'm sure. But if you're a track guy, if you really like to push it, maybe you need to change, because really on the edge, like it's giving up on the edge when you're really pulling it, like around 130 kilometers per hour on the corners. I saw 131 on one corner down there. So around there, like that kind of speed, it's not bad, but it's not great. Okay, but as I said, 99% of you guys will not need to change this tire. Definitely, it is a great tire, and brakes is good. Looks wise, lots of debate. No, all the debates, I mean all the flack directed to this small short windshield. I don't have any gripes with this because see, as you can see where we are riding, visibility, you need maximum visibility. If this has got a high screen like this, and when you're really pulling it like this on the corners, that is not you know, full visibility is what you need, not stylish mirror, stylish windscreen. So I'm cool with this, but so many of the guys are saying it's not nice, you know, like it should be longer, this and that. Anyways, it's like this, you like it or not. So, and the fairings, fairing is nice. Suzuki has got their own distinctive style. Yamaha has got their own distinctive styles. People are saying, why can't they make it like a R15 V3? Suzuki will never make something which looks like an R15 V3 because they've got their own styling thing. See, when you look at all the Suzuki bikes, you can relate this to a Hayabusa, to a Katana, to a Gixxer 1000, Gixxer 600. Somewhat they look alike, okay? And you take a Yamaha V3, it will look somewhat like a Yamaha M1 or a Yamaha R1 or a Yamaha R6. So it goes like that. Every company has their own distinctive styling cue. So I'm cool with this. I like Suzuki styling, and I really like this color, this matte silver. Black one is not I don't like it that much. I like this better, but they could have, what they could have done on the side is put a more less subtle stickering. You know, what they've put is somewhat like a grayish stickers on the side, so that does not really look if they put a black sticker or somewhat dark gray, it would have break up the fat looking fairings. So that is the black one. It looks nice, it looks sexy, but I prefer this silver one. So let me have a last walk around. It's got a LED headlight at the front, and this really works really good on at night time, but it doesn't have that maximum spread that we are always looking for. But compared to this V3, the headlight is much more powerful. This mirror, it doesn't look that great, but it's really usable. That I like. And we've removed all this to make it look more pretty, you know. And now it comes with this hugger. Everybody wants a hugger on the Suzuki. Now finally it comes, and I really like this extended part because without all this it looks great, but when there's mud and slush on the road, doesn't matter if it looks good or not. No, you don't want to get wet or dirty. So it's got very nice LED backlight at the back. They've changed this also. Now it's plastic. Don't like this chrome color. And they've changed the design of the wheels. They've got this brushed spokes. Don't like it that much. It comes in the Domina as well. Don't like it that much. I think it tracks away from the sport bike theme, but anyways, this is what Suzuki has done. So ABS, 300mm front brake, and it's a great bike. Here in Aizawl you can get this bike for on road for slightly less than 1.9 lakhs. That is including road registration, insurance and all that. So it's a great bike, great alternative to a CBR 250. I don't know whether anybody will compare it to the Duke 250. 250 is a naked bike, but of all the 250s in the market, this is the best handling bike. Maybe not the fastest, definitely the best handling. It's got its own unique looks, but looks is debatable. Now somebody will like it, some most probably will not like it. This is the looker of Indian biking right now, R15 V3. Anyways, forget about that because we are reviewing this bike. This is the black one. So now we'll be going to some other places where we can go slightly more faster, hoping. Let's see, I'll catch you up later. Okay.